up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Hate2Pylon. We're here, we're killing it, we're having a good time, and I think you might like us because we got some tight ends today. But before we get into the big discussion today, how are you guys doing?
Exceptionally well, CJ. How are you doing, Kyle?
Better than I deserve.
Christian, how we feeling?
I'm feeling great. A little upset about last night, but we'll talk about that later. CJ, how you doing?
Will.
I'm giddy, you know what I'm saying? Because just like, I always like a nice tight end, I'm definitely a big rear end kind of guy, and tight end is a rare position, is a position that has been it's changed over the course of time now that we're kind of closer to, well, we're not closer to, we are at a more happy offensive time. But now, like, the tight end position has changed to a hybrid wide receiver, a little bit of an H-back, can do a little bit of all, can block, can catch the passes. We've seen the mergers of tight end U that they're doing over the summers, which is really cool to see, really trying to get the next crop of tight ends to the next level. But today, we're going to give you what our top 5 tight ends are going to be for this upcoming season. And here's the list that we got for you.
Kyle doesn't approve.
Boom. All right, so at number 1, I feel like it's kind of the consensus. And number 3, the first 3 were very consensus all across the board for everybody. We had number 1, Travis Kelce. C. Number 2, George Kittle. Number 3, Darren Waller. Number 4, TJ Hawkinson. And number 5, it was a 3-way tie for number 5. We all had different opinions. So because due to our point system, so we had Andrews, Pitts, and Thomas. So Mark Andrews, Kyle Pitts, and Logan Thomas tied for number 5 right now. So Kyle, you already were shaking your head in disapproval. What do you have to say about our top 5 or top 7?
I think the top 3 are locks, right? I just think that putting TJ Hawkinson in this list is stupid. And you know what? Even thinking about it right now, Logan Thomas should have been in my top 5, right? But I put Pitts in there. I think Logan Thomas is going to be very good for the Washingtons.
Red Wolves.
So, and now that I literally forgot about him until I saw the list, because I send him in, you make the points, I just show up, you do all the hard work. That's how I like it around here. I get paid the big bucks, you do all the hard work. But I just think TJ Hawkinson, who has a terrible quarterback, who doesn't throw to tight ends now, there was tight ends in LA for the Rams, didn't get points. I don't understand why we'd put him up here. This is bad to me. TJ Hawkinson doesn't belong. I think the list is perfect if you just take TJ Hawkinson out of the list. It doesn't make sense.
Goddamn right.
See, the thing with Logan Thomas is, who sent the stat earlier in the group chat that Alex Smith threw short of the sticks 80% of the time on third down?
I did.
All right. That's not going to happen again. And who was catching those passes? It was 2 players. Logan Thomas,
McKisson or whatever his name
and
is.
J.D. McKissick.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen again. So Logan Thomas, I think, could have a better yards per catch this year, but I don't think he's going to catch nearly as many passes.
Did you have him in any of your fantasy leagues? Because I did, and that dude got me points in every league and played really well in every league,
I don't
week
expect
after
him
week.
to get that many targets again.
Yeah, his target's going to drop, but we're not talking about fantasy football. His target's going to drop. He, to me, is still better than
I
TJ
think
Hawkinson.
his stats were better than him as a talent. He got force-fed.
I disagree. I think
he's good. Don't get me wrong. I like Logan
Thomas.
Thomas.
He's growing into the position of tight end. Don't forget that
He's almost 30, though. So we got to pump it.
He still has time to, he didn't get that much wear and tear as a backup quarterback.
Isn't our list a bunch of old people, to be honest?
Yes, but Kittle's like 26. Kelsey's like 29.
8? Yeah, 28.
Waller missed years from other reasons.
Waller's
Man was working at Target. That's not even funny. I wasn't making a joke. He literally was working at like Target, Walmart.
He was. Call that man a bounce back kid.
But he had been learning the position. He played receiver that got at Georgia Tech and then was looked at as a tight end going into that draft.
That was the other one.
They both were. Him and Smelter. Yes.
I watched the camp with the Ravens where he had him as they had him the wide receiver the whole time.
It's the same position. You're just bigger.
Okay.
He's still not a blocker.
Jordan Matthews is only 6'3", and he's going to go play tight end. He gained 15
He's going to
pounds.
try. He was like, Kelvin
Tim Tebow,
Benjamin's
baby.
doing this? I can do this.
Tim Tebow, baby. I'm here for it.
That's my only girl. I think the list is good. I think
It's a projection, Kyle, for next year. Tell me who else on Detroit is catching passes besides TJ Hawkinson.
Tell me who's throwing passes.
Amon-Ra St. Brown?
He's going to be wide receiver 1, honestly.
It's him and TJ Hawkinson.
No, there's someone else.
He's going to get the Logan Thomas
someone.
treatment last year. He's going to get force-fed a lot.
No, that quarterback doesn't even throw to tight ends.
Yes, he does. They just always had 2 tight ends.
And they both never had any receptions.
Because they had good receivers. He doesn't have any good receivers now. He has to throw to the tight end.
I think this is bad. I think TJ Hawkinson on the list is bad. I think it's actually kind of embarrassing to have TJ Hawkinson on the list.
That's your opinion.
I think the Eagles dude should be on the list before he's on this list.
Dallas
Both
Goedert?
of them. Fuck it. No, the one that they want to trade. Eric.
That stinks. That man runs like he's in quicksand already, and he's like 28.
I just think this is what's Gillespie is better than this man.
Who?
The guy from the Dolphins.
Gesicki?
Whatever, I can't say the name. Butt kisser or whatever. I don't know what they call this man. But he's better than him, and he's going to get more targets if you're going to go by projections. Because that guy,
no, he's not.
Tua's not throwing it deep to what's his face is going to be wide open. He's going to throw it.
Will Fuller is going to be throwing deep, going deep. Jalen Waddle is going to be open underneath. No,
he's not going to throw it though.
They're not. He already played with Tua. He knows Tua's not going to throw it 50 yards downfield. You think he's going to run those routes? No.
They were throwing those with Tua, but anyways, continue.
I mean, they were because they had 4 first-round wide receivers, and one of them was always open.
But I just think I want to be very clear. I would not put TJ Hawkinson in my top.
Okay, well this isn't Kyle's top 5 tight ends.
I just don't want to be I don't want my name next to TJ Hawkinson in top 5.
So what happened?
A little too late for that, pal.
TJ Hawkinson has been eaten. I mean, he was one of the top tight ends coming in at his draft. Him and his college teammate Noah Fant, which they're both very talented tight ends. Hopefully, they continue to progress. But I think TJ Hawkinson has the edge, and I can see him really putting up numbers in Detroit. I think with the kind of style of offense they want to run, I feel like the tight end, especially because who's the head coach? I mean, the offensive coordinator is
Dan Campbell and Anthony Lynn's the offensive coordinator.
And they're going to run the ball for sure. Hunter Henry had a pretty good.
How does he have? Oh, time out. Never mind. Okay, continue.
I think the offense is going to be set up through TJ Hawkinson. He was one of the bright spots for them last year, and I think he's going to continue to develop. One thing, I love Kyle Pitts. I love him. I just couldn't put him in my top 5. He's probably like 7 for me, just off of pure talent alone. But I just couldn't put him in the top 5 yet. But once he has a season, I mean, he'll probably just slide straight in there. But there's a lot of good tight ends. I feel like the tight end position is it's like the couple elite, but then it's like a lot of good, and then it's just like kind of stinky.
Yeah, tight end. Creating our top 10 wide receiver list was tough, but creating our top 5 tight ends was even tougher for completely different reasons. There were a lot of good wide receivers. There's not a lot of good tight ends. There's 3 studs, obviously, Kelsey, Kittle, and Waller, and then some guys with talent who are inconsistent, and then some guys who are just there. And then guys who stink.
Let me
Those are
ask you a
pretty much the
question.
4 tiers for tight ends.
What do you think about Austin Hooper? The no bounce back?
So Austin Hooper was a guy that I was looking at. We can kind of stop. He could possibly be a sleeper, maybe deep sleep, maybe in a coma type sleeper. Because he had a good season with Matt Ryan. He got injury riddled last year.
Didn't he also have COVID?
I'm not 100% sure.
I know he got hurt. I don't know if he got COVID.
But I know they also had how many? Who else? Who they had? Who else is a tight end for Cleveland?
The Joker, David Njoku.
So I don't know if he can be as dominant. I just don't know about him yet. He has.
And they drafted somebody too.
They also paid this man a lot of money though too.
They did.
Which Washington was in that hunt last season when it was trying to get a tight end, and I'm glad we lost that battle because we found a gem in Logan Thomas, and hopefully we can keep developing tight ends. We'll see what Sammy Reyes can do if he can even's good, but his work ethic is pretty phenomenal. So,
and Steven Montez.
Oh,
hopefully,
wow.
I'm not sure if they're going to make him tight end yet officially, but he has size.
What about so anti-Packer train here, but if what's your face comes back, Rodgers, they have a good tight end too.
Big Bob Tunyon. Oh yeah, But the thing is, though, here's the question: is he good because of Aaron Rodgers and the circumstance, or is he actually a really talented tight end? Like that's what kind of concerns me about that.
He's a move tight end though, and he's actually pretty good at it. He's running like
he's never going to catch as many touchdowns as he did last year, though. That was a fluke.
You're right. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't call it a fluke. I just think
he could be top 10. I don't think he's going to be top 5.
I agree. I can agree with that.
All right, so let's get some sleepers. We kind of named a couple guys. Jonathan, why don't you start? Who is one of your sleepers that you have at tight end for this upcoming season?
Well, he's not really a sleeper if Zach Ertz is traded. But Dallas Goedert from the Eagles, he should be pretty good this year. And then I also have Adam Troutman from the Saints. He was a rookie last year. And then if you want to go super deep sleeper, that's my normal sleeper. I think Adam Troutman will be pretty good. The Saints are breaking in a new quarterback, or a full-time quarterback, I should say. Either Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill. Michael Thomas is coming back from his worst season as a professional. They don't have an established wide receiver aside from him. And Adam Troutman was pretty solid backing up Cook last year. So I'm expecting some decent things from him. Probably not top 5, but I could see him hovering around top 10, especially fantasy-wise. There's definitely some points to be had as a tight end in that offense. But then my deep sleeper is Dan Arnold from the Carolina Panthers, formerly of the Arizona Cardinals. Big dude, 6'6", 240, I think. And we gave him a solid contract. His market wasn't that great in free agency. If you watched Panthers Confidential, you saw the contract negotiations going on between him and the Panthers. And his agent did a good job and got him more than what the Panthers originally offered. But it's still, I think it's a 2-year, $6 million deal. So not huge money, but for a guy who's never been a starter and is projected as a starter, it's solid money. And I think he has a chance to score some touchdowns in this offense if Sam Darnold can remain free of ghosts, which remains to be seen. Kyle, who's your sleeper?
Okay. So I think everyone knows who I was gonna say, but he did go on Good Football, a morning football today, and they pretty much were like, he's their number one guy. So I don't know if you would call Irv Smith, Swerve and Irvin, a sleeper anymore, right? He's kind of like he has to break out or he's kind of toasty, right? We all agree with that?
What year is
he's going into year 3?
Year three. He's finally tight end 1.
Or is he?
He is. When he got targets last year when Rudolph was hurt, he was amazing. If you look at his numbers over the strand of Rudolph being off, he was like a top 10 tight end in like efficiency. So not actual like top 10, but efficiency. So that's a good sign. That's who I think that he's going to be a wide receiver 3 for us. It's a big deal because we don't really have one. I think that we're going to do a lot of 2 tight end sets. And I think he's going to benefit from that quite a lot because he's going to be spread out. He can play H-back. He can do a lot of weird stuff. So that would be my sleeper, right? He called himself out today. What do you say? 11 touchdowns. What do you say? There we go.
There it is.
60 catches, which is kind of crazy. Let's be honest. 60. He better catch every one that comes to him.
First option,
That's like 3.5 catches a game, 3 to 4.
Yeah, me and some boys were talking about how those are JJ's touches, my man. I'm sorry to tell you that, but you got to slow that down.
I mean, you got to also think with the extra game. Like, I think that's kind of something we have to it's kind of force fed, like on our runs. Like, we could start seeing a little bit more of that extra yard just because we got a whole extra game this season, and then possibly working to 18 games. So, I mean, honestly, like 1,000 yards might not even be as impressive. I don't want to say it's still impressive. Like, it's a goal, especially for like contract and negotiated money. But I don't know. It's just like you will start to see cracking that 2,000 mark. Like because I think we're working towards 18 games next season. Yeah. So.
Yeah, a couple years to be 18. Well, all these stats are going to die, so we're going to have to like compare pre-game. Pre-16, post-16, or however you say that. But I want to pick someone who's actually going to be a breakout and a sleeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
And does my sleeper? What does my sleeper have to hit for it to be a sleeper? What are we condoning a sleeper? What does he have to? What does he have to do to be a sleeper?
I feel like you would have to be like more than 550 catch a guy. No, maybe like 30 to 40 catch a guy for tight end.
That's scary for a Vikings fan. So I was gonna say one person because I think a sleeper, a good tight end for us gets 450 yards, maybe 6 touchdowns, and he's our wide receiver 3, and we're like that guy really helped us. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I asked. I was gonna say Tyler Conklin, but he'll never get 500 yards. It's not happening. He will not. If he gets 500 yards, we have the new tight end 1 for some reason. Not like in the league because something happened. My sleeper got ruined today, so I'm struggling. Come back to me. I'm gonna do some thinking. Come back to me.
Christian, you got something?
So this is my sleeper, but he's in the top 5. But I think he's gonna move up from his position.
Okay.
I think Darren Waller is gonna move up. I think he's going to be, as we talked earlier, I think he's going to be more consistent. I think he has something to prove or more to prove, I think. And I think he's going to get a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for, pass attempts his way. And I think he's actually going to exceed what people think he's going to do this year, honestly. Because remember I told you guys, I thought he should be number 2 just because George got hurt, and we don't know. We talked about it. I don't know what type of injury it was, and you don't know if he's going to come back because I just think with leg injuries, with those type of guys, they have to block and run, and you don't know what's going to happen with those guys when they have to block and run and catch. So you don't know what's going to happen with the leg injuries. So that's why I put him at number 2, and then I had George at 3, just because you got to put respect on George's name, of course. But I just think Darren's going to move up that ladder leaderboard up there, and let's see that he's my sleeper.
I feel your sentiment about that, but it's going to be pretty hard to top what he did in 2020. Darren Waller had 107 catches, 1,100 receiving yards, and 9 touchdowns, which is pretty much like wide receiver 1 type of production. It's
right.
Like that first option. And I think, unless we see Henry Ruggs, I don't think Henry Ruggs is going to be a 100 catch guy. he'll be if he had like a really great season, he'll be like a 70 plus, maybe a 70 to 80 if like a great season.
Brian Edwards though.
Who did? Who is Brian? Was he hurt last season, or did he just get drafted? Okay.
I mean, he and Ruggs were both rookies, and they both dealt with some injuries.
I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing about Las Vegas. Las Vegas can be the best team in the league. Look like world beaters. Beat the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Oh, this is a great team. Next week, they shit the bed completely and just forget how to play football. And so with that factors, I like Darren Waller. I think he's a great tight end. I think he'll stay hold at number 3. I think unless George Kittle just drops off the face of the earth.
Oh no! It'll be close. It'll be close.
But
I think it'll be close.
He'll be a steady like top 3. I don't think anyone's sleeping on Darren Waller for sure. A guy people are slept on is Evan Ingram, who has the talent has a lot of talent to be a really good tight end, but he just hasn't been able to produce. Like honestly, a lot of people talking about Darren Waller and Evan Ingram kind of like up there, kind of be like the next guys. Darren Waller will be 29 when the season starts, so that is a little concerning there.
Let
me check. I mean, Evan Ingram he's
probably like 26.
He'll be 27 when the season starts. His birthday's in September. 63 catches, 654 yards, 1 touchdown. Decent, like pretty good receptions, but the yards is not there. 10 yards a catch. Last 2 seasons. Not a great touchdown guy last year, but I mean, I think this offense will be better. Maybe is Daniel Jones going to be their guy? That's a big question. But he also has a high drop rate. So I don't know. He could be a sleeper, a guy that I think could do well, especially if Drew Lock is that guy. I do like Noah Fant. Iowa's Iowa is a TE like factory with George Kittle, Noah Fant, and TJ Hawkinson, the most recent guys, first round picks. Actually, George Kittle wasn't first round; he was like 4th or 3rd round pick, but he's becoming 5th round. Sheesh.
He didn't catch like any passes there.
Well, I think they were all at Iowa at the same time, weren't they? For at least one season, maybe.
Yeah, their freshman season might have been Kittle's last season.
And Noah Fant is a freak athlete. He's very athletic. I want to see more improvement from him, of course. I mean, it's year 2. He had some injuries that he dealt with, so I can see him having a better season. That offense, like the Denver Broncos offense, should be top 15.
Correct, but this is what separates Hawkinson from Fant for me. Is look at the talent in the Broncos offense and then look at the talent in the Lions offense. Like Hawkinson is going to get way more targets. The Broncos have Cortland Sutton coming back from a torn ACL, who was a
stud.
He looked like a stud or on his way to becoming a stud before he went down with injury. They drafted Jerry Jeudy in the 1st round last year. They drafted KJ Hamler in the 2nd or 3rd, I think, who's another speed guy. They have Tim Patrick, who showed flashes last year. And then, obviously, Noah Fant, a tight end, and Albert O from Mizzou, who, when Noah Fant got hurt, he stepped in and he did some pretty good things before he went down. I think he might have a torn ACL as well, but he was out for the year. So that's at least 5 to 6 quality pass catchers on that offense, which I think is going to hurt Fant a little bit in terms of productions because I don't think he'll see as many targets. But, yeah, his talent is pretty ridiculous for a tight end, just the size and speed.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I think we kind of talked about 3 guys that I had down as sleepers. Hooper, Fant, and then Robert Tonyan. I think Tonyan can continue to be a productive guy. Like I think the tight end position is could do well in Green Bay. It's just depending on if you got Love in Green Bay or you got Mr. Rodgers. And I think that's a solid 5 touchdown difference. 10? But he definitely makes a big difference. And possibly if Devontae, who still wants to play there. I mean, I heard today that it's a good chance that Rodgers is going to play this season. It might not be the start of training camp, but he'll probably be back. We'll see if that's the case. We're about a week and a half out from training camp, so that's exciting. So we'll see what happens. Any final words on tight ends before we move on?
Yes. You're not gonna like this one.
Uh-oh.
Blake Jarwin
For the Cowboys?
For the Cowboys.
Oh. See,
even your dog disagrees, bro.
No, that's not a bad sleeper, actually.
He was like I picked him up last year in fantasy, like after he had that good week, and then it was just kind of like.
Well, why? Why do you think that's true? Because his quarterback went away, and he had hurt, and his quarterback's. I wouldn't have continued that. Yeah, he had hurt. He got hurt week 2?
5.
He played one game. I thought it said.
I think he played. Dak played like 4 games, full games, and I think he got hurt week 5. If I'm not mistaken.
He had 1 target for 12 yards in 2020.
Did he?
Yeah.
Damn. But who's the other tight end? Who's the?
Oh yeah, they had their other tight end Schultz.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Jarwin is listen. But Jarwin with Dak in. And you have the best triple threat receivers in the league, I think, right? We're going to compare anything else with it. With a 6'5" man in the middle, I think Jarwin's a good way to be a sleeper. Easy targets out. I think it works.
Makes sense. All right. Let's go ahead and let's move on to some NBA recap, shall we? Christian's coming alive right here. It's the 4th quarter for Christian.
Yeah.
So last night we saw Game 4 of the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Phoenix Suns, where now the series is tied up 2-2. The series is tied up 2-2 now, where it looked like early on when these first 2 games happened, Phoenix Suns was going to sweep the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks in flight. Suns in 4. It looked like they had no chance. These last 2 games, the Milwaukee Bucks been home. They had that home cooking. They did what they needed to do to get these last 2 victories to top the series. Now the momentum is completely different. The Phoenix Suns seem to be fighting with each other, not happy with some of the execution that they've made. I know Christian is not happy right now as well. But let's run down this box score from last night's game. So in Game 4, we had
Don't do Devin Booker's last. Do Devin Booker's last. I don't want you to say his last. Okay.
Okay. All right. So the Milwaukee Bucks picked up the victory, 109-103, tying the series at 2-2. The Giannis Antetokounmpo, he had let's see. Giannis had 26 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. With Chris Middleton picking up the score, the most points for the Bucks last night, 40 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Drew Holiday, 13 points on 7 assists, 7 rebounds. And shout out to Bobby Portis. That's all I'm going to say. And then for the Phoenix Suns, you had Jay Crowder, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 3 blocks. And Chris Paul, 10 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. And
8 points. He had 8. He had
10. He had 10 on here.
Yeah. He had 8, then he hit that layup with 2 seconds left.
Oh, true. Okay.
He didn't want that triple single.
So, and then Devin Booker.
Mm-hmm. Go slow with it. Go slow with it for me. Go slow for it. Slow for it. Go ahead.
42 points, the same number that Jackie Robinson wore, baseball reference. 2 assists, 1 rebound, 1 block, 4 turnovers. 5 fouls.
What was his field goal?
How many
What was his field
fouls?
goal? What was his field
5.
goal position? 7, but we're gonna talk about it.
Like,
What was his field goal? What was his field goal?
17.
He was 0
17
for 3
of
from
28.
3-point.
17 to 28.
17 for 28.
Hey, did they win or lose?
They lost the ball game.
And yeah, how many points?
42 points.
I'll be damn, basketball. 42 points, and we lose, and we was winning when I was in the game. I'll be damn.
Well, that's what happens when you have 7 fouls. You don't get to stay in the game the whole game.
Very good point.
That was a heartbreaker last night. That was heartbreaker.
It was a wallet breaker too, wasn't it, Chris?
You hate to see it.
I hope your Panthers never see the sunlight again. I hope it rains every damn football game this year.
It probably will.
Hopefully they make it some fun games when we go to see them this season.
I guess they get in the dome because it's gonna be raining every time. So I guess they're building the dome, aren't they?
Okay. Question.
Okay.
So what do the Phoenix Suns have to do to turn momentum back? Is the NBA Finals 2-3-2 in terms of games, or is it still 2-2-1 and it's flip it?
So it's 2-2, and then the home team, the Suns, will play Saturday, and then they'll go back to Milwaukee, and then the last game will have to be played in Phoenix since they had the better record.
Didn't they used to do that though? Didn't they used to have 2?
It was wild, bro. It was wild. It would be like in the first 2 rounds, it'd be like that, and then they'll switch it up, and then the finals. It was wild, bro. NBA.
Yeah.
There's some David Stern shit.
So going back home for game,
and you can lose home court advantage.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if the Bucks had beaten the Suns in Arizona, in Phoenix, game 1 or game 2, and then won game 3 and 4, game 5 would be in Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
But they did not. So Phoenix gets games 5 and 7 if necessary.
Yeah, so game 5 is in Phoenix, 9:00 Eastern on Saturday. So what does the Suns have to do? I mean, being home, for sure is definitely can help because I mean, right now in the series, both home teams have won the games. Do you see that continuing, which is a favor for the Suns in 7? What do the Suns have to do to get back on rhythm? And then also you can counter. I'll give the first question to you, Christian, for the Suns, and then Jonathan for you. What do you think the Bucks have to continue doing to ride this momentum so we can get Bucks in 6?
I got you.
Christian, go for it.
All right. So first off, huge shout out to Jay Crowder for playing well. He did his thing. He was hitting shots when he needed to. Extra big shout out to Cam Johnson. I told you he was going to be a sleeper, and if you watched the game yesterday, he may not hit a lot of shots, but he hit shots when they counted when the Bucks were going on their run, and he would quiet the crowd. Something that they need to do. Chris Paul, he need to go on his banana boat somewhere, relax, take a few days off, man. Take a few days off, do something. Hurt your shoulder, do something, because when you come back from injury, you're fucking insane. You know what I'm saying? They got to get DeAndre Ayton involved more down the stretch, just because I believe that we saw a spectacular performance last night from Devin Booker. We all can agree. But what happened was when you take him out of the game, we saw no production except for from Jay Crowder and Cam Johnson. So what you have to do is you got to get my man Ayton playing all 4 quarters. Not the first quarter, second quarter, and he's quiet the rest of the game. You got to let him play and let him get buckets in the 4th quarter. There's a point in time where my man had PJ Tucker on him, and they just ran the play for Devin Booker. Granted, Devin Booker was hot, but it's like, post up, man. You got post up, bro. That was a quick turnaround floater right in the rim. You got to be productive on the defensive side as well. I don't know. A lot of defensive miscommunications happened last night down the stretch when what's his name? Chris Middleton hit a wide open 3. That was miscommunication. Miscommunication on the screen with Middleton and Antetokounmpo, and they had a miscommunication when that happened, but they lagged off and dragged all the way to the paint with Antetokounmpo and left my man wide open for a jump shot. You can't let that happen. Whoever the hot man is, you got to play defense. Whoever the hot man is, you got to play defense on it. Monty Williams, great coach. I just think he had very bad play calls towards the end of the game. I understand your best player has 5 fouls, but are you going to lose the game or are you going to let him fucking play and then lose? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't let him sit on the bench the whole time. That was too long. By the time he got back in, my man was cold. You can't let that happen. Just better play calls, get Ayton involved. Cam Johnson and Crowder have to continue to do what they're doing. And Chris Paul just has to come back with a better mindset. And I know people are trashing him, but he's a fucking pro. You know what I'm saying? He's a pro. So I don't have any doubts or worries that he's going to not come back. And if he does, then his legacy is over with. Plain and simple.
Strong words.
Yeah, he's kind of got the Kirk Cousins syndrome.
Yeah, man. And it's like you haven't been there and you were injured and all that kind of stuff. And we get like I get it. You haven't been there before, but come on, bro. This is something that you wanted your whole career, and you finally get it, and you wet the bed. Don't call me no more saying you want to come to the finals. Don't call me no more. We took the finals too. You can't do that. Don't call me no more. Don't text me no more. Get out of here. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Should be noted that one of the reasons why Chris Paul struggled so much last night was the defense of one Drew Holiday, and I'm glad he was balling out on the defensive side of the ball because he dang sure wasn't doing anything on the offensive end. Dude was 4 for 20. Why he kept shooting, I do not know.
Nobody.
0 for 5 from 3, 13 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. All right. But 4 for 20, man, you only hit 4 shots and you took 20? That can't happen. You can't do that. You're supposed to be part of this. I don't know if Milwaukee's calling it a big 3, but you're supposed to be one of the 3 best players on this team.
2.5. Big 2.5.
And you're not holding up your end, at least on the offensive end. Giannis and Chris Middleton obviously played extremely well last night. Middleton had 40 points. Giannis had 26, 14, and 8. So almost a triple-double and that block at the end of the game. Giannis was doing his thing. Drew Holiday, you have to step up on the offensive end in addition to keeping up this intensity and aggressiveness on the defensive end. If CJ's name is going to come true and the Bucks are going to win in 6 or period. They need him to come alive if they're going to win the series, period. Because I don't think the rest of the Suns are going to struggle as much as they did last night again. Booker finally started shooting better than 40% in these playoffs. So that's good for him. He's low-key struggled this whole playoffs, and nobody's really been talking about it. He's been shooting below 40% most of the playoffs. And then last night, Last night, 60%. But still over 3 from three-point range. For the series from 3, he's shooting 21%. Not great. But at least last night, he realized, hey, if 3's not falling, I got to step up and score in other ways. And he was able to do so in an efficient manner. So kudos to him. Chris Paul can't play like that again. He had how many turnovers? 5?
And it was crazy because before this series, he had an impeccable
5 turnovers
ratio.
And then 5 last night.
So 10 in the past 2-3 games?
Yeah.
Not good. That's not winning basketball.
That's unheard of. That's just unheard of from Chris Paul. That's just unheard of. Like, when you think of Chris Paul, you don't think of turnovers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's very efficient. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's who knows, man? Maybe something's going on at home. Maybe all these damn State Farm commercials getting to his ass. All this money he getting is He always getting the notification on his phone for how much money he getting from these State Farm commercials. Maybe he's upset because they trying to trade him out with a Sabrina chick, who's a great fucking basketball player, by the way. So they trying to replace him with Sabrina. Who knows? Maybe Cliff Paul is coming out. Maybe he doesn't know what's going on. Maybe
Cliff, the real Chris Paul.
Maybe Chris still got COVID and that was Cliff last night. Who knows?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Who knows, man? Who knows? But they can't. Go ahead.
My prediction for Game 5.
Yes.
In Phoenix. I think Phoenix has to win it or this series is over. Phoenix doesn't win Game 5, they're not winning the series. The Bucks, I think they have a chance even if they lose, but I think the winner on Saturday is going to determine the winner of the series. And I hate to do it to my man's Chris, 843 legend, but I'm going with
Don't do it. Don't do it.
the Suns to win Game 5.
Fuck yeah, baby. That's how you do it.
But
That's how you do
I'm not counting the Bucks out yet for the series.
Come on now. My prediction for it. I'll write it down a few. DeAndre Ayton will have 24 points. Devin Booker will have 36 points. Chris Paul will have 15 assists in this game, 2 turnovers, and that will be the game. And these guys will win the game by 12 points. They will win this game by 12 points. And then you know what's going to happen? They're going to go down there to Milwaukee. You know what's going to happen in Milwaukee? Milwaukee fans going to be pissed. They're going to be pissed because they're already celebrating on their damn court. They're going to be pissed. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. Watch and learn. Chris Middleton, I love you from the 843, but he is not going to score over 30 points the rest of the series. I promise you, it's not going to happen.
Hey, chill on Batman.
Listen, you two make me sick. You call yourself people from the 843. You go ahead and change your phone numbers right now because you're dope. You don't belong. Chris Middleton has been the reason. He's been the backbone of this team. He's been holding us together. He's been putting us on his back.
Us.
Yeah, he's been a Bucks fan for like the last 2 weeks.
No, I've been a Bucks fan for the last 3 years.
Days.
3 years.
Days.
It's just like the Georgia fandom all over again.
Look. I admit, I was a free agent as a fan in the NBA. I was a fan of Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I decided to sign a contract, 2-year contract to be a fan of the Bucks. I like the Bucks, and then this past year, before the season started, I signed a new deal to remain as a fan of the Bucks. But it all depended on if Giannis Antetokounmpo was going to stay in Milwaukee.
That 1-year extension.
Right, so since you signed that deal, right? I understand you might have had a lot of perks that came with it, a lot of incentives, but I guarantee you can't spell Antetokounmpo.
I sure as hell can't. I can't spell a lot of words in this world. But listen, all I know is Chris is going to put you in the spin cycle, and he's going to keep shooting daggers. And for what the Milwaukee Bucks have to do in Game 5, Chris Middleton is going to drop 33 points. Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to score 38 points, 16 rebounds, and 4 assists. And Drew Holiday, we're not going to talk about Drew Holiday. But Bobby Portis, my man Bobby Portis. I never doubted, I never talked any slander about Bobby Portis ever in my life. Is going to drop 12 points off the bench with 2 crucial 3-point shots and a crucial defensive stand because he is that guy. He's fan favorite over here. We love Bobby Portis.
Are you done?
Bucks
Are you done?
In 6.
Are you done? Are you done?
I would love to see it.
Because the Bucks are keep going. We're not dead. We're not dead yet. Fear the deer, my friends.
Kill the deer.
The deer.
Kill the deer. Kill the deer.
Whoa. You're getting fined, buddy.
Kill the deer.
Yeah, no horns down. That's a penalty. 15 yards.
Man.
And your first unsportsmanlike conduct. Get another one and you're out.
Can we talk about the NBA? I saw this, but I didn't really read the article. That the NBA is going to fine fans for taunting refs. Was that accurate? Did you guys see that report, or am I just making this up?
That won't happen. That's you're just taking the fun away from the game. You know what I'm saying? Like no. If you cannot be, I mean, they can barely keep the fucking they can barely keep the crowd from cursing out, flicking off, throwing stuff on the players. You think they're gonna stop talking to the refs? Come on.
Unless they find the team.
You can't even protect the
team,
players.
I can see that. That was it makes them enforce behavior. But
that won't, CJ. That won't happen, man. That's the best thing you can do. Think about it. When you came to basketball games, y'all was hollering at the refs, you're hollering at the other team. That's the fun in going to these sporting events.
Get this guy out of here! Get off your knees, ref! You're blowing the game! Get out of here!
That's part of the game, man. That's a part of the game. You can't do that, man. That won't happen.
Got to be respectful, okay? It's about. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. I mean this. It's about whatever the word is, where you tradition. And being respectful, and you shake hands at the end if you win or lose. You tell the quarterback of the other team that just scored 4 touchdowns and 500. Great game, good job.
Way to kick our
and
ass.
You tell those other guys, hey buddy, I know you shot that 3 and it didn't go in, but next time maybe it will. Okay, that's what sports are about, bud.
Do y'all remember that commercial? When in the kid,
no, don't say it. Don't say
the
it.
basketball went all out of bounds on him, and he went and told the coach and was like, "Coach, it was off on me last." And he was like,
"Oh yeah."
I remember that.
Bro, let me give you. If I was the coach in that situation, sit your ass, little bitch. Shut the fuck up. Get your ass, little bitch. Nobody's up.
You know what would happen if you went and told the ref? No. That ball went off me. He'd be like, "Are you okay, dude?"
Check on him. He's out of fucking control.
He's like, "Are you telling me that I'm wrong? Are you telling me I'm wrong?"
That's a good point.
He's out of here.
Oh my God.
No, what happens is you go to the ref and be like, "Hey, Devin Booker actually didn't foul me on that," and then they don't call a foul on him the rest of the game. That's what happens.
What, that happened?
Oh, Kyle.
So Kyle, let's get your prediction for Game 5, Milwaukee Bucks versus the Phoenix Suns. What do you got? Who do you got in this game?
I'm a Booker stan for these playoffs. You know, the guy's been absolutely average and then has really good games. And I like to see it. All right. He's the most exciting player in the playoffs right now. There's only like 6 of them that are exciting. But the only way I see, I was muted. I don't like to interrupt. You know, these guys talking about things, technical things, blah blah blah. When I saw a turnover happen last night. I couldn't tell you when. I meant to write it down, and then it was late in the game. Maybe the game was tied. Maybe it was the Bucks were up 2, somewhere in that time. And I watched the Suns turn it over. And the Bucks hit a 3. That's game. I was like, that's literally game. And I felt like all the momentum from the Suns died right there. And I was like, I really hope that's not the death of the series, because that's what it felt like. It felt like LeBron James 50 piece, where like he lost and it was like, there's no shot, right? It's over. But then I thought about it. I looked at it. 8 has 6 points, 17 boards. They have to feed him. I don't think anyone's stopping him at all. Close my eyes to that one time that guy did stop him on the dunk. But
that guy being Giannis.
That was
I don't know who that guy is. Anyways, some average non-MVP guy. But
you goddamn right, he is average. You goddamn right.
If they can feed Ayton over and over and over again and stop taking, they start taking these jumpers and it misses in bunches. That's what the Suns feel like.
You don't
misses
want him to
in
be
bunches.
DeAndre Ayton. You want him to be DeAndre Ayton?
Oh, buddy. Yes, sir. I think that's the way they win. I think unless you get a crazy game out of one of the other two stars, like a 45er or 50 from Booker or
that already happened. Lost.
A 38.
It was only 42.
Yeah.
If he could hit a three, maybe he would have had 45.
Yeah, and they still would have lost by 3 points.
I think if the Suns have a big game, it's Suns in 7, right? If the Suns lose, it's Bucks in 6, right? That's what I feel 100%.
Yeah, that feels fair. I would say the same.
Who do you have? So then who do you have game 5?
Come on, buddy.
Momentum's gone. I gotta see it. I just hope they're not.
So he's saying Bucks win game 5.
Yes, sir.
I gotta see it. I gotta see because I turn on a game. I watch the first 3 minutes of it, and it's 26-5, and I'm like, okay, the Suns are out, and then they start missing in bunches, banging them off the rim like it's a double rim, and I'm just like, what is happening? And they will not drive the paint, and when they do drive the paint, they're successful. Even when Devin Booker's driving the paint, they're successful. I don't understand.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand what happens, and that coach is good. When they pulled Devin Booker, when they pulled Booker out of the game, and Booker didn't want to come out, mistake. But that coach is good. He's setting like the coach is good, and then they don't let him drive.
It's bad in hindsight because Monty Williams didn't know that that fifth foul was the no more fouls called on Devin Booker initiator.
Oh my god!
But listen,
oh my god,
it was the right call at the time.
No, I'm talking about taking him out. He took him out to rest, and Booker was like, "No, I'm good. He took
him out because he got his 5th foul.
No. That happened in the 4th, but earlier in the game, Devin Booker was telling him. Oh yeah, but Devin Booker was telling him not to take him out. They're like, "No, you need to rest," and he was like, "No, I'm not going to come out." And they literally talked about it.
Well, see, if he hadn't took him out then, and he didn't pick up that foul, then he would have been tired in the 4th.
Okay, but maybe he was not tired in the 4th this time. He sat for 28 minutes without playing.
Exactly,
so
that's
matter.
what I'm saying.
And he still didn't do well, so it didn't matter. Their offense just had nothing for fucking 8 minutes.
Okay, let me ask you guys this question: if Suns go on to win right now, who's winning Finals MVP?
Devin Booker.
Nobody.
Devin Booker.
It is Devin Booker. Chris Paul stinks.
Because my man scored He scored 10 points in the 3rd game. He scored 10 points and came back with 42. Come on, man. He's definitely winning this. He's definitely winning it, man.
Jay Crowder's getting the Iguodala Finals MVP. If they win.
Hey, I wouldn't be upset. I would not be upset. He deserves it more than Iguodala did. Big fact.
Y'all see that? Y'all see the interview where they said they waited for AD to get pulled out of the game before they started cheering? They were afraid, and then when AD that's.
I mean, that's smart.
On the nose.
So reverse it. Let's reverse it. So if the Bucks were going to win the finals, who do you think wins Finals MVP?
I still got Giannis.
8-4-3.
But if Chris Middleton puts up another 30-point game in games 5 and 6, he could maybe steal it from Giannis.
It's going to be Pat Connaughton. I don't know what you're talking about. It's going to be Pat Connaughton. What you're talking about over there. My boy Patty was hitting big shots last
night. I feel like Giannis gets the favor, regardless. I like even if Chris balls out, I think Giannis has just been too consistent.
Is he Steph Curry? Is that what you're saying? He's Steph Curry, and everyone else who wins the Finals MVP is Greek Freak.
Sure.
They wouldn't give. Oh my God, Stephen Curry should have got a Finals MVP, and they wouldn't give it to him.
Yeah, he should have got the one they gave Iguodala.
Yeah,
KD deserved the one.
That's like a meme over the internet. That's like a meme over the internet. Y'all looking at me like, what?
I was trying to follow what you were saying.
It's a meme literally all over the internet, bro. That's not on me, guys. That's not me.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see. I think Giannis probably gets it because it is going to be his first, just to give that that send off perfectly or whatever. But I'm excited.
You think it's going to be a sweet vote?
A what?
You think, like, say it continues how it is, right? Chris Middleton drops 28 and then 30 to Seal. I think the two big blocks kind of makes it where it's going to be like 100%.
That was a signature moment. That was a
two. The Booker one that no one's talking about that I was sick to. When I saw him stop the layup from Booker, I was like, ooh. And I'm like,
he pinned that.
And I was like, it's over. It's over when he pinned it. And then he got another block because I turned the game off because I was like, it's over.
Now I'm thinking about it, and also like the fact that Giannis came back from that knee hyperextension.
Fake.
I think. I mean, the story's perfect. The story's perfect for Giannis.
Fake.
Yeah, the narrative is definitely for Giannis right now.
It's going to be a sweep, though, right?
Yeah, the Greek freak, my friend. How do you not love Giannis Antetokounmpo?
You gotta love Giannis. That man has the bell. He says, so, I can be the freak on the court and in the sheets.
What did Mark Jackson say? When Mark Jackson say the freaks come out at night?
The freaks come out at night. Yes, sir.
He said, newsflash.
Hey, do you know where the worst city for a black male to be raised at is?
Probably Milwaukee.
It's
Boston.
It's Milwaukee. It's the number one worst place for a black male to grow up.
Well, got some Greeks, ain't we? Yeah. Beat those odds.
Giannis can pull the I'm not black, I'm Greek card.
I thought you were with it.
I look just like Hercules.
Oh, wait till Giannis falls out next season. I'm calling it.
All right.
All right, guys.
I got a question for you guys, though.
Yeah, what's up?
What do you feel about Team USA basketball, and who should replace Bradley Beal?
You already know.
I got one. Who cares? Who fucking cares?
So you hate your country? Is that what you're saying, Kyle?
Put him on
I hate this team selection.
Put him on mute.
It's stupid.
Put him on mute. Put him on.
Let's be honest. Jonathan's on my side here. The team selection sucks. This is stupid.
Yeah, the roster stinks.
This is nothing.
The roster does stink.
This is. I can't even. This is. I don't understand. Like, this is like if they took the dream team, and then the rest of the players were actually our team. The dream team was at home chilling. This is horrible.
Everybody turned it down, Kyle. You understand that, right?
I know. That's why we should take all the players that are even decent and just send fucking the JV Kentucky team and see who fucking cares. Because it's stupid. Wasting my time.
JV Kentucky team, yo. That's the funniest shit I've ever heard Kyle say.
It's a waste of time because the Olympics about the best, the best that we got. This ain't even close.
Yes, but the best that we have had a long season and they don't want to play anymore. LeBron's never going to
play. Okay, so it doesn't matter to us. Who cares?
Who's us?
To America, right? So it's about sending your best.
Am I not a part of America?
Am I not a part of America?
Do you care about your team getting embarrassed in front of other countries and in the other countries like, oh, why isn't Steph Curry here? Oh, because he doesn't like America? Pointing it out more. This is stupid.
Okay, well, focusing that question on CJ and Jonathan, this excludes Kyle because I know where Kyle sits at. He doesn't like America's basketball team. I understand, sir. I understand your favorite player isn't on there. I understand that. I understand.
None of my favorite players are on there. None. Not one.
Devin Booker's going to play.
Don't say that.
Devin Booker's going to play when he's done with the finals, too. I think that's pretty
LaMelo, though.
LaMelo.
My favorite player. I'm not going. One of my favorite players hurt his ankle. So let's be honest. So
see, that's the thing, though. Okay, so yes, we don't have like the dream team. We don't have like aces number one, but we still have a lot of talent.
And we
I feel like it's just a matter of just getting it together. And like the thing is, a lot of these guys are coming off of a grueling 2-season back-to-back. So I get it if you kind of want a break right now, but I feel like even still we have talent. We just have to get this shit together. Because
Kevin Love.
Yeah,
you're super right about Kevin Love.
Well, see, the thing with Kevin Love is, so see, unless you got him a man up. Kevin Love, he knew he didn't have a season all season when he was with the Cavaliers, so he's trying to have a better season. You know what I'm trying to say? He's trying to make that money. Okay, he understand. He like playing
You don't
basketball,
get
but
paid
he
for
don't.
the Olympics, buddy.
Listen, Kyle. He's trying to show the Cavs that he can still play. That's what I mean.
He don't want to be on the Cavs. He inbounded to the other team.
But I mean,
He's trying to be somewhere where he can make money.
He is trying to showcase his ability to play basketball, so somebody will be willing to pay.
which I
Yeah,
feel like
he's
that
trying
could
to
be a
pay.
good, like that can be a good thing. Like you want guys who are about to. Well, it's hit or miss. Maybe like
You want
with
hungry guys.
You want the
Yeah.
hungry guys, but you also don't want guys to fuck up and then they mess up their bag at the same time. So it's one of
Yeah, I
those.
know.
Yeah.
It's a double
What's his
edged.
face? When what's his face broke his leg, that kind of ruined his
Paul
career, kind of.
George.
Yeah, fuck that. That's why it's not worth it. We gotta send our basketball, young kids, college guys. That's the only thing that would be interesting to me.
No, we
I don't
used to
think
do
so,
that,
man.
and then we were losing.
Yeah, and now we're sending
That's
the
why we were the
guys
dream
who,
team.
yeah, stinky.
First of all, Kyle, what you're not gonna do? What you're not gonna do is disrespect KD. What you're not gonna do is disrespect Damian Lillard. What you're not gonna do is disrespect Bradley Beal. What you're not gonna
Oh,
do
Bradley
is
Beal, who's
disrespect.
not playing anymore.
But I'm just saying you're not gonna disrespect him like he's not good.
Oh, so he's not playing anymore.
Jonathan, is Bradley Beal a superstar or no?
He's like
Is that
fringe.
okay?
Yes,
Is
no.
Damian Lillard a superstar or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Is KD a superstar or no?
I think Bradley Beal's a superstar.
Yes.
I
Bradley
think Bradley
Beal's
Beal. I
close.
think Bradley's a superstar.
He's
Do
on
you
the
think
cusp.
Zach
I don't know.
Levine? Do you think Zach Levine is like just a step and a half or 2 steps for being a superstar? Yes or no?
No,
2 steps.
I think he's a star.
2 steps sound good.
2 steps. Cool. Bam Adebayo, do you not think he is going to be one of the greatest, not the greatest,
The
one of the
greatest
greatest-
right now. The greatest.
one of the
All right,
greatest
let me tell you
positionless
right now.
basketball?
Bam is like my biggest issue with Team USA right now.
Why
Why do we not have a true center?
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's not
All right,
that's not his
But
fault.
listen to me, Christian.
I get what you're saying. Tyson Chandler. We always have
Team
we always have it.
USA is constructed like an NBA team
Mhm.
with a small ball lineup. No other countries play that way.
Well, this is the thing. The NBA, and it's not my words, someone else said I saw the tweet on it. We put out NBA players who play again in this NBA season or NBA league where defense is not a 100% thing. But to these international players, defense in an international game overseas, defense is like a made thing. Like you got to play defense to win games over there.
You
And
know
that's
that
the thing.
these players are from America, also on the other teams, right?
Some of them are, yes.
A good
Some
bit
of
of
them
them,
are,
yes.
Yes, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying okay, but I'm saying that in the NBA, a lot of people
I'm
don't play
agreeing
defense.
with what you're saying, Christian.
But over in the international league, you're gonna play.
That's correct.
They're playing defense. They're doing that. That's
That's
key
why
thing.
Luka said it's easier to score in the NBA than overseas. Because of that.
And you can't
But
have that
you-
mindset when you come to international FIBA basketball. You can't do that.
But you got to look at the way every other FIBA roster is constructed. They have big 7-footers.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
We need like a Miles Turner on Team USA. We need somebody who can bang with those big centers from the other countries. And we don't have one.
We don't, because I mean I get what you're saying, because Tyson Chandler's been there for the longest
was
of
there in-
times.
The 2020 or 2012
He's been there
was
since
it
I think
the Redeem Team?
04. He's been there for a long time.
Listen,
something
these
like
boys
that.
can't
They've
go.
always had a I'm pretty sure Dwight was on
Dwight
Team
Howard was
USA
there.
rosters.
Yep.
So they've had somebody like that, and they don't this year. It's like Bam and Kevin Love. Those are the
How is
bigs.
KD losing games though? Like he's the most dominant 3-level scorer like of all time, and he's like losing games. KD.
KD.
What is he fucking? KD's the greatest scorer ever.
The greatest scorer ever.
That's what. Yep. I just said that. How is he losing games? Who's stopping him?
No one is stopping him.
Joe Ingles.
I think
The boy has 17 fucking points, boy. 7 fucking team. When the last NBA game he had 17 points?
who Joe? Hey, don't sleep on Joe, man. Joe.
No, he's
No,
talking about
I'm
KD.
KD had
Oh.
17
He said when was
points.
KD held to 17 points?
Honestly, you know what I think it is? and this may be me being ignorant or just not whatever, but I personally think Pop is watching out for KD because he had that Achilles injury. This is the first time he has a full season, and then he's going to like extra part of his season to play Team USA basketball. And we all know Pop is a player's coach, but I think he's trying to save KD, and I think there's a lot on KD just because he hasn't played a full season with that Achilles injury, and he's not resting himself. I think
he doesn't even have to move to score 30. He could stand at the point. They would throw it to him. His 7'8" fucking no one's touching his ball, bro. I just can't believe that he didn't have. He could be Klay Thompson. He doesn't have to do all the other stuff. His threes, one of the wettest threes I've ever fucking seen. He could just stand at the point.
Okay, Kyle.
17 points is ridiculous. The only thing I can think of is they don't give a fuck about these games until they matter, and I hope that's it.
That is also a big thing. But the other thing is, like, these guys have no chemistry together.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
These other teams are playing together for the longest of times. Like, they start out in a young group and they build them and move them all the way up until the end. Patty Mills been playing since goddamn 2008 on Australia's team. And I remember seeing him play, and I was like, dang, this dude is nice. I thought he was going to be the next Tony Parker when I first saw him in the FIBA. Because they say the Spurs drafted him, I thought he would be the next Tony Parker. Didn't happen for him, but people was up on him like he was nobody. I know my man can get buckets, and he's over there getting fucking buckets, dog. That's just life. What, Kyle? What don't you agree with, Kyle? What? God damn it, Kyle.
I'm not disagreeing with anything. I think that it's embarrassing that this is happening. Like, we're like that's like if we went and played NFL, if we went and played football, leather football against the world, and we're out here losing by a touchdown to fucking France. They don't even have a fucking NFL. Like, they don't have a league. This is bothering me.
They put their rugby team out there and whoop our
Tom Brady handing the ball off 13 times, and then you're like, all right, we lost.
This is definitely – it could be a gut check, or maybe the rest of the world's catching up to the United States. Maybe we're just taking a back seat. I think we're so used to dominance, and sometimes we need that punch in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get punched in the mouth to go like, all right, let's get this going. Or maybe we might not be it right now. And that's okay.
Kevin Durant in 2012 beat Nigeria by, was it 83 points or 82?
Mm-hmm.
It was 80.
Yeah, they took them. Him and Carmelo went the fuck off in that game.
Beat Nigeria by over 80 points and then lost to them by 3.
We need Lola Bunny. Where's she at?
But there's a lot of people on that team who is not there. You got to put that into account.
Oh, that's fair. Too. Bam also was point shaving in that game.
You had Chris Paul, you had Kobe, you had LeBron.
You didn't
know a lot of people.
Yo, this just.
You didn't see him celebrating with them after the game?
Was he on Frozen on anybody else's one?
Yeah, he jumped in.
I thought I could hear a fucking word he said. I was waiting to finish, not to stare. I just stared.
That was the funniest. Jonathan went 0 to 100 real quick.
Bam through the game. Mm-hmm. He was invited to play for Team Nigeria, turned it down, played for Team USA, then threw the game, and then after the game, took a picture with all his Team Nigeria buddies.
Okafor.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Okafor over there. Hey, you know what? It's okay. We don't even need to live.
And he scored. And I'll tell you what, Miles Turner wouldn't have done that. Miles Turner wouldn't have done that.
You're right.
What I need is Miles Turner on Team USA and LaMelo Ball so they can start working on their chemistry early.
And Zion Williamson.
I need Jello on Team USA. Go ahead, he gets a bucket.
All right.
I need Zion Williamson out there.
Hey, y'all gonna first and foremost, y'all gonna stop disrespecting Jello.
I'm with Jello.
Man got his own mansion.
Boy.
This man got his own mansion without the NBA money. First and foremost, let me talk my shit. Okay.
Yes.
Second of all, this man has always been the most purest of form shooters out of all 3 ball brothers. He gets buckets
in the back. Yeah.
If he just happens to be
when
the
he
shortest
can make
one.
it to the NBA, then we can talk about him making it.
They still think he's a thief.
But
Whoa.
Look,
and that means he be getting them steals on the court.
I just need him to steal a roster spot, and I knew to show what he can do. He's finally healthy. He's been playing on a bad ankle for a couple years now. He got the surgery. He's been healed up. Let him get some time to. He's healed up. He's ready to go. He's ready to go this year. He can get a bucket. He's gonna get a bucket.
Put LaMelo Turner on the team.
Jello getting buckets in Charlotte. Watch it.
But also, shout out to Nigeria team and Coach Mike Brown too. Just gonna say that.
Yeah, for sure. They played hard.
Yeah, I ain't gonna take.
They deserved it.
They had some fucking players on that team.
This is some anti-American bullshit.
I'm just saying, Bam through that game.
Anti-American bullshit right now. No good games to them. We don't say good games when we nuke fucking countries. I don't want to hear it right now.
Hey, I'm out. Hey, man, yeah.
All right, let's go into more positive.
Hey, can you imagine lining up after a World War and doing the lineup, the post-game handshakes after a World War?
That
That would be wild.
That would be
said
wild.
we nuke country. Hey, yo, yeah.
I mean, the thing is, though, would there be a line like a lineup though after a war?
And we got a third one
To the civilians. Hey, yo, good game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I killed your husband today, but good game, cuz. Hey, if you need somebody to watch the kids, let me know. Let me know.
Jeez.
I'm talking about we would dap up the civilians who lost, like, you know what I'm saying, from the other side.
All right, you guys are wild.
I'm not
All
into
right,
whatever you're talking about right now.
I want to say thank you so much.
You never into anything I said. Kyle. So what's the difference? Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, guys. All right, so thank you to I want to say his name is Blessed. Donated to us. He says, "I love you guys. I love y'all. Keep up the good work. Curse lit." So thank you so much for the donation to the channel. We appreciate you.
Hey.
Big time right there. Also, next week.
You.
Next week is 1 year. 1 year anniversary of Hate2Pylon. Be here. Tell your friends. It's going to be an awesome show. We're super excited to be 1 year. Reminiscing a little bit about this past year, how far we've come and how far we're going to continue to go. We're super excited. Also, Christian, go ahead and plug your show that you have on YouTube as well. Let the people know about that.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So my YouTube channel is called Talking Sports with the Kid. It's all sports, man. It's excited for a 1 year anniversary. Oh, I can finally see it on here, guys.
Thank you. We are excited. Big time next week. Tell your friends. Let's have a big stream. Let's have a lot of fun. Let's have some fun.
Will I be on next week?
You are on next week.
I appreciate. Hey, you know what's gonna happen? The Suns about to be winning the championship on next week.
All right, guys. All right, you know what? You're muted. I was giving you an opportunity to speak. Now you had to go and just ruin it. All right. Okay. No, for real. You're fine. It's okay. We all have bad opinions, and that's what makes this show great.
Oh my goodness.
So,
go ahead.
Continue. Go ahead. Continue.
So my
plugging.
YouTube channel is called Talking Sports with the Kid. Tune in about the end of the month. I got some. I have a overseas player going to be on the channel. I have a potential NBA player going to be on the channel, and I have a potential first round draft pick in the NBA draft for next year going to be on the channel as well. So
you got Chat Holmgren?
Okay, his tall ass wouldn't even fit in my goddamn apartment. So it's gonna be awesome show. I think I'm probably gonna break it up into 3 episodes. So if you guys can tune in at the end of the month, it will be on and popping.
All
yes,
right,
sir.
Talking Sports with the Kid. 2 ends.
2 ends.
That's what you said. Talking Sports with the Kids with 2 ends.
No, 2 Ds at the end.
Oh, two
just
D's
talking.
at the end. Gotcha.
I don't know about anything about two
Double
D's at
D.
the end, bro.
Double D's on that bitch. Just all can let throw some D's on that bitch.
All right, guys. Any final remarks? Anything else you guys got on your mind before we wrap up this episode?
All right,
Christian, yes.
Christian.
Two
Okay,
things.
All right.
Suns will win the NBA Finals.
Oh my
And
God.
the last thing that I need everyone to know is, I love you, Kyle. I love you.
I think Kyle froze, but I heard him say he loves you too.
Yeah, wait.
Yes.
Breaking news. Kyle loves Christian too. Oh my God. It's the romance of the summer.
That means the Suns in fucking 7, baby. Let's go.
Okay. I think he hates you because it's obviously Bucks in 6.
Let's go, Minnesota Vikings, baby. Let's go. And
All right.
With, I love you, Kyle. And always remember, this world is a cruel world, but I love you.
Well, on that note, we love you all. Thank you guys for supporting us and watching. Make sure you guys are following us here on Twitch, following us here on YouTube and Periscope, no matter where you're watching at right now. Next week, 1 year anniversary. Be here. Tell your friends. It's going to be a lot of fun. I got a cool video in the works for you guys. And, yeah. I think that's it, guys. We love you, Kyle. Christian loves Kyle. And
Kyle loves Christian.
And Kyle loves
we love you guys. So thank you for watching.
Thank you all for
We
watching.
appreciate you. Tune in next year for the 1 year anniversary show. And I think that's it.
That's everything. Kyle, any last words?
I love Christian.
Go Coats!
Peace out, everybody.
Peace.
I love you,
See
Kyle.
ya.
I love you. Yes, I love you.